It's during Mother's Day. How about a Mother's Day
really?
present?
That would be a great Mother's Day gift.
Yes, bring the mother of your children.
And grandma,
And
too.
grandma, right? Bring a couple kids along. We're going to fly to Venice. We're going to get on a yacht, and we're going to cruise in the Mediterranean. We're going to go down to Croatia and Montenegro, around the tip to Sicily, and up to Rome. You're officially invited. Space is filling up fast. You got to act fast. They'll have it ready for Christmas. Mother's Day Christmas present. They'll love you.
That is nice.
Altair Travel and Cruises, 314-968-9600 or altairtravel.com. That is another list, another great trip put on by Altair Travel and the Big 550, KTRS.com. Pat Blassie, the owner of Altair Travel and Cruises, joins us. Good morning, Pat Blassie.
You know, McGraw, we'll even gift wrap it with a great big red bow.
Right? Yeah. You guys will do it up right. It'll be a nice little present under the tree this holiday season.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
How are you feeling? You were a little under the weather the last couple of weeks.
Well, you know, I'm still. It's not that I feel so bad. I'm sure my voice sounds a little crazy. I've got this crazy crud, this upper respiratory that It affects my voice. It affects my throat. I have all this junk and, draining. But, other than that, I mean, I
Other than that,
feel
you're perfect,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
All
Other
right.
than that, I'm great.
Sorry you
but
don't feel well.
It's been 2 weeks, but I thought I'd better call in or you'll forget about me.
Never forget about you. Now, you have a couple of trips. You got 2 new trips you want to talk about?
Well, not so much individual trips. I'm going to talk about a company that they're not new to our industry. They've been around for a number of years, but they're sort of new to the Midwest. Sometimes our Midwest roots keep us a little conservative and opening up to new ideas and new places. And this company was founded by a guy 30 years ago when he was like in his mid-20s. And he was sort of an adventurer. He traveled around, and he noticed that there was really nothing out there for people his age, not just in the 20s, but in the 30s.
Right.
That they felt that everything was directed to that more mature traveler, as far as certainly comfort, but even the type of trips and how the trips were put together. So he started a little company on his own, and it has grown into it used to be called Gap Adventures, but they've just changed their name to G Adventures. And what G Adventures does is, I guess the key words are they engage, they experience, they give back. One of the interesting statistics that they just shared with us, of all the tour operators that are out in the world, everywhere, South America, Africa, whatever, every $100 spent in a country, how much do you think stays in that country?
Good question.
I would say 20%.
Okay, what about you, Kelly?
I was going to say half, but maybe 35.
Yeah, you would think those are pretty good numbers. Unfortunately, realistically, the number is only 5%. Because most of these companies are owned by, bigger companies who are located in Europe, in the U.S., whatever. Well, G Adventures, part of their philosophy and part of their how they've grown their company is they really believe in giving back and leaving the place that they've been a better place. And 50% of the monies that they bring into a country from their travelers, from whatever they're doing, stays in that country. So they're using locals. They're using local business people. They're using local. They're just trying to do more locally.
Right.
Part of their message too is really experiencing the country. Like for instance, we're going to Italy. Okay.
Right.
In the spring.
Sure.
They have a great trip to Italy. I'm not knocking our trip. I love our trip. I can't wait.
Right.
But if our trip isn't really that doesn't appeal to me. How about going and staying on an olive farm where they make olive oil, and there's nice accommodations, and you stay and you understand the process of the farming. You get to even be involved a little bit in the farming. You're eating you have dinners with the family that owns the farm, who has owned the farm for
generations,
hundreds of years.
Wow.
And but in between then, those days that you're involved in that actual community, you have free time, and then you can go off on your own, and not just by yourself. I mean, everything's set up. You can go off and visit, some of the other major cities around the area. And so it's you're experiencing. You're getting to know the people. You're getting down to the earth, so to speak.
Right.
Certainly with the farm, that's not a good example, but so we're very excited about partnering with them. I can't say. I'd love to be able to say I know everything about them.
Right. But it sounds like they're unique opportunities, right? I mean, to spend a couple of days on an olive farm and sort of get your hands dirty and sort of experience it the way they experience, that's a great trip in and of itself, right? That's the idea.
Exactly. It's all about the new buzzword in our industry right now is engaging. Mm-hmm. Engaging with our clients, engaging the client with the destination, engaging the client with cultures. It's all, and they do the world. Honestly, I took a couple of their catalogs home, and I was shocked. And then every trip. Now we're not talking. You're not going to get to do a TripAdvisor on the hotels,
right,
and the places they offer. I mean, you're not going to get to read.
These are off the beaten path places.
Exactly. So it's a matter of confidence of who you're working with, and believing in the company and believing in their history. So we're very excited about it. We're going into a new year. We've got. You're gonna have to come by. Maybe. Well, tomorrow is our Christmas party. Certainly, you always come by for that.
Yeah.
For a drink and
well,
something.
listen to this. Speaking of engaging, listen to this. I got a text from my sister Kelly, who was on our Grand Canyon trip, and she sent a text to me and my other sister who was on there, and she said there was a full moon tonight, and I'll never look at the moon. I'll always look at the moon differently thanks to our Grand Canyon trip.
Well, see, that's it. You're right. That's a gate. That's being there.
Right.
That's really the experience of that trip.
Right.
It isn't about going into a souvenir shop. It isn't about certainly all those things. Everything appeals to different people.
Right.
But there's so many people now who they want to know their world. They want to see the world.
Yeah.
They want to see it.
Well, I'll be engaging.
So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'll be engaging with I believe a Jameson on that yacht somewhere in the Mediterranean. So you can engage it with me all you want.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, they don't have Guinness or Jameson on.
What?
You need a martini. You're going to be on a yacht.
No Guinness or Jameson. What kind of high-end place is this? What is going on in this world?
Gosh,
all right, I'll have to stash some Baileys or something.
Oh, I'm teasing.
All right,
Okay.
all right, Pat. I'll swing by for
Take care.
the Christmas party tomorrow. Be good.